All right, okay, let's get to it. Yes, go global. Who is go global? So we've spoken about the need for people to make extra income. We've spoken about the need for people to have something that they can actually, use as a vehicle to put food on the table, and the importance of looking at other business model, especially the ones that are looking for your online and so forth, because they've proven that even under hard economic situation, they are able to stand the test of time. They're able to stand the test of time. So there's a disclaimer, like in any other company, you always find the T's and C's where there's a disclaimer. Also here, there's a disclaimer. You can take a photo, you can take a screenshot, you can go through it. And this presentation can be shared with you by the person that has invited you, because now it's officially out for all members, right? And if we are doing a presentation using these particular official slides of Go Global, you do not deviate from it or add your own thing, because it represents the company. It's not us who are saying these things, it's the company that is actually saying this is who they are, right? And we are just representing and sharing the opportunity, which we see potential for people to actually make serious money. So if you look at point four, a member will have access to Go Global Education Services by purchasing a package as a free added benefit. um, the member will also have an exclusive privilege to participate in Go Global Reward Sharing Plan. So now the company, in their disclaimer, they're telling us that they've got two wings for us. There's an educational services. When you purchase a package, we're still going to see how does that work and what are the benefits. And by merely you purchasing an education package, you get to share on the company's profits that they make. And you'll see what is nice about this is that you share on the profits daily. With dividends, when it comes to a company, maybe you get dividends once a year and so forth, right? If you're a shareholder, you will know dividends maybe once a year and so forth. But here they are saying whatever the company is producing in terms of money in their activities, you'll be able to get a share or portion, a share daily on that one. So it is exciting that you can do whatever you're doing while knowing that you are earning on the other side. As they say, you must earn. If you don't earn while you sleep, you will not make money. All right. So why the education? So education has been proving that in most of the low income countries, there's no investment in terms of education. If you look at nearly 5 trillion a year is spent on education, but only half a percentage of that is on the low income countries. And as you know, in Africa, we are counted as low income countries. So education, we are still behind when it comes to education, right? We only get the formal education, we don't get the real life education on how to actually make money. It's not even a subject in school. If it is on the LO life skills, it's just a little bit of a portion, but it's supposed to be a standalone project because we study, we go to university so that we can get a job, which will give in return give us some money, and then so that's a subject that should be started from a young age, but it's not like that in our country. Thus, we need to educate ourselves and catch up. So there are five important skills that are in demand globally, guys. Those are leadership. If you are good with leadership, you can open doors. Critical thinking and problem solving. We are tired of people who are just complainers and don't come up with the solutions and so forth. So people out there looking for people who can just, critically think and find solutions for things that they see around them, right? And we know entrepreneurs are good at that. You can't start a business without identifying, the problem and then also then saying, yes, the solution that I'm actually providing. So we are going to be taught how to think in that particular manner, right? Professionalism and strong work ethics, number one. With this, you get promoted. Or in fact, with all these five skills, if you possess them in the workplace, you become a winner. And then people be like, why are you being put in certain positions and so forth? They don't understand that you understand the critical skills that are needed for those who are supposed to be in the leadership in the organization. Communication skills are key. Teamwork and collaboration, you can't work in silos. You need to be able to work with teams, you need to be able to work with people. And then the organization is saying, you know what, although you'll be sharing financially in terms of what we'll be doing, but we want to educate you. so that in any subject that you want to be educated to about, so that you actually better yourself, so you don't just have money, but also you have, you have the skill, you have the mindset, and so forth. So any organization has a mission and a vision. The vision of global is very clear. Their mission is to make sure that every person unlock their potential. We believe the only limit of what is possible based on the person's information, imagination, and effort. Right? So if you look at, they're saying that the only limits that I will have on myself, it's based on information. If I lack information, of course, I'm going to be limited in terms of opportunity and the money that I make. If I lack imagination, of course, I'm going to be limited. Why? Because imagination helps me to dream, and when you dream bigger in terms of your goals, you want to travel the world, you want to have that particular house in the certain estate, you want to drive that particular car, it helps you to then your brain will be asking, okay, you want all these things, but how? Then you start realizing that, you know what, there are so many opportunities around me. And I think that's the first thing that you guys did when you joined this particular meeting. You recognize that, you know what, let me give myself and just hear about this opportunity, right? And then, of course, your efforts will also disadvantage you. If you don't put in the efforts in whatever you do, then it will become your limit as well. Even here on this opportunity, you'll see your earnings are determined by your efforts. The more you put in the efforts, the more earnings you're going to have. So their vision is to teach us to learn, dream, believe, and achieve the things that we want, right? So the platform will be very user friendly in terms of there will be seminars, one-on-one training, motivational coaches. I love personal development. So motivational coaches, sometimes I will wake up, I will listen to Eric Thomas, when he says, go for it, get up, you can do it, and so forth. Because then it drives your mind into action. It drives your mind to not to forget about your goals. And then it drives your mind not to listen to what the people are saying, or even have the syndrome of what would people say. You just focus on your goals, you go for it, right? And then you come to these meetings where you associate with the like-minded people who have made money using the similar model, right? So how does it work then? We saw on that disclaimer that one will need to acquire a package to get access to be a Go Global partner or a customer, right? So these are the packages. There's $100 package, a $500, a $1,000, a $3,000, a $5,000 package. Why are they in dollars? This is a global company, so we earn in dollars, guys. I'm levels. We earn in dollars. With every package, there's going to be a once off of $99. So when you're calculating your package, how much you need to, get ready with, don't forget the registration of the $99 package, right? And then here they say if you purchase one more than one, remember you can have multiple packages, right? For myself, when the system comes on the 1st of February, I've got 2 kids. I always love in everything that I do. I also love to invest for them. So I'll take my package and then make sure that they also have their own package, right? Because it's always good. So you can have 5, you can have 10, you can have 1. But if you are buying them on the same time, let's say now I'm buying my package, the system is up and running, and then they saying you will only pay $199, right? So that's a good thing if you're buying multiple packages. So you'll be able to save money. So these are the packages, right? And each package will give you the learning credits, right? So if you purchase a $5,000 package, it will give you a 5,000 Go Learn credits. What does that mean? When you log in into your system, it's going to be tailor-made the education that you actually want, right? Maybe, for example, I remember when I was still working full-time, I wanted to influence myself in terms of how do I advance in terms of my workplace and so forth. The books that I was reading were different than the books that I'm reading now, which are more focused on the business. The books I remember the book that I read was The Rules of Work, which speaks about the work environment, how to adapt, how to be a team player. And then when I wanted to negotiate, when I wanted to negotiate, when I wanted to negotiate with my boss, because my job was making me travel a lot. I was traveling all over South Africa, evaluating projects and so forth. I was reporting in Pretoria, but I stay in Durban. When I'm here in Durban, I'm not traveling. I was still required to go and sit in one of the Durban office, right? So I was like, no, I can work from anywhere. I've proven that I'm able to do my work without being monitored and so forth. But how do I introduce a company that has never had someone who's working remotely in terms of them allowing me to work remotely? And then I wrote a letter, asked for if I'm in Durban in that particular week for me to work 3 days away from the office and then 2 days in the office here in Durban. And they actually said no. But what helped me was the lessons that I learned on this particular book. It's called the 4 Hour Work Week. And it actually showed me how to actually strategize and draft those particular letters. So education can get you the things that you want. Now I'm reading books that speaks of business and so forth that has allowed me to be able to get into business and continue in business. So how does it work? So we've seen the education part, and we know most of us want the money part, right? The money part. So as we said on that fourth point in terms of the disclaimer, there was somewhere where it says that you'll be able to share, the profit sharing with the company. So the company works within the sectors of trading commodities and also trading the financial markets, right? We know that money is just moving. Money is moving every single day, right? And how much of that is actually falling into your hand? So the company is saying, because you have come to us, we are giving you the education. These are the other things that we are doing. So you will also share, the profits that are happening daily. So there's a certain percentage of profits that you'll be getting daily, right? We're still going to talk more about that. So the three benefits that you get, we've spoken about the gaining of access to world-class Go Learn platform. Guys, the coaches that the company are bringing on board is not just any coach, right? These are high-level coaches, such as people like Eric Ware, people like your Eric Thomas, your Les Brown, your Kevin Hart, your Grant Cardone, Jamie Olive, the one that does the food show and so forth, because they want to make sure that we get people from different backgrounds, but people that have actually achieved within the business space and have a positive mindset to impact us. And then number two, you receive free daily benefits in our Go Reward sharing platform. That's what we were talking about, the money parts, right? So you'll be sharing the profits with the company. Isn't that exciting? And then the third component, then if you choose to be an affiliate, then there are lots of earnings that you are going to be getting there. So let's see. Okay, this is what I need to stress before we go. So the daily earnings, let's say you buy a package for $5,000, right? Or $1,000 or $3,000, right? Then the company will say you will earn, a percentage in terms of the work that we are doing, and you're getting money on there. It's a 14 month in terms of the period of your license that you are going to get. So that's just a year and 2 months. And then the benefits that you are getting, you may be able to grow your money up to 200%, right? So those are the earnings. So who is suitable for that particular thing? One, there will be people that you approach that say, I just want to something where I can invest a little bit of money and then carry on with what I'm doing, right? I want to send my money to work. I want to send my money to go to work and so forth. So they'll be able to come in and be customers by just investing, and then they get the learnings, everybody get the education, and then they also get the daily trades or the daily profits, sharing profits with the company for a year and 2 months, right? These are the returns that are higher than the bank. These are the returns that are higher than other institutions that you'll be getting. And then on the other side, you get somebody like me and you, maybe that says, you know what, yes, I want to get a package within the Go Global. Let's say I get a $5,000 package. Yes, I'll get the education, I'll get the daily profits, but also over and above that, I want to be an affiliate. when I'm using a product, which is the product of Go Global, I want to tell other people as well. And when I tell other people, the company then will compensate me and pay me, which is something that we do. I just showed you this book. Let's say somebody goes and buy this book, right? I'm not gonna get a profit, but I've spoken about it and I've bragged about it, but I'm not gonna, get a profit. If I tell you about, oh, this is the best pen in the world, and you go and buy it, I'm not getting profit sharing. But if you're under affiliate program or network marketing program, it means the company wants you share, and somebody comes in and also wants to acquire that particular product that you've shared, the company will say thank you to you, right? They'll say thank you to you. Unlike every day where we share things for free, restaurants, things we wear, things we love, but nobody's getting paid for that particular one. So here we are working smart, guys. We are earning for what we talk about. We are earning. So how do you earn? By telling other people about this wonderful opportunity. One, the company will say, we will pay you weekly, Alina, if you tell somebody about Go Global and they actually acquire a package, and we'll give you 5% equivalent to the amount of the package that they've actually bought, right? So that's the fine. You'll receive once off 5%, and that will be paid to you weekly. You can withdraw it, you can do whatever you want, contribute it to a school fees and so forth. It is up to you how you actually use that particular money. And then number two, they say, okay, now here you are, Alina. You actually come in and you are telling everybody else about Go Global. Those who you bring, we are also then going to put you as if we are a team. And then whatever work you do combined, there's going to be a reward weekly as well. So you'll be paid weekly by what now? The Go network or the Go team that you are actually building. So you don't only earn the 5%, you don't only earn, the 200%, but now you'll also earn on the team that you are actually building. And then as your team members are earning, you're also earning, we're all earning as you are working as a team. So that's why teamwork and collaboration is very important, and ensuring that everybody in the team actually understands the business and that you win together. There are also ranks as well, so we're going to see that. Now, let's see how this works, the Go network, because that's where the millions are, right? Okay, so firstly they show we're speaking about this 5%. So they're showing here the example of how it works. Then this is you've acquired your package, and then now you introduce someone who buys for a $500 education package, and then you'll get a once off of $25. If somebody comes in with $5,000 and is referred by you, you get $250, right? So it's up to you how many people you want to tell. It's up to you how many people you want to board. That's why we're saying you get a blank check, and it's up to you how much you actually write on that particular check. And that I love very much, because it will depend on my efforts and the work that I put in. And also I will still be enjoying the products as well, still benefiting on the daily profits of the company. So the Go network that we spoke about, right? To say, what if you build a team? If you build a team, right? And then in your structure, the system comes every week because it wants to pay you every week. It looks at your team, it's you. You've got a team on your left, another team on the right. It looks at your left and it say, okay, so Alina's team this week, they did about 10,000, right? Dollars in terms of sales, volume sales. And then on the right side, they did about $8,000 in terms of sales. Okay, so which one is a weaker link? Which one is lesser? The $8,000 is less, right? And then the system will say, okay, so Alina fits here on the target 4, which is 8,000, right? It fits here on the target 4. So that's how targets are calculated. That's why here it says targets and then it says weak leg requirement, right? So that's how targets are calculated. The weaker leg that it finds on that particular day, it will take that one and then it will reward you accordingly. But how does it reward you? Here we go. So with the rewards, you can earn up to 28% of your rewards, of the rewards, right? So we've made an example. You've got $10,000 of worth of sales, and then you've got $8,000 worth of sales. Remember, these are not only the sales that are done by you only, even the team, right? Because you remember you're working together as a team, so you also benefit on the work that is done by team, and the team benefits on the work that is done by you. So it says that, okay, Alina has done a week leg of $8,000. Then it will say, okay, now let's look at the company revenue. That's why they're calling these like pools. So it will be, they will take the company revenue for that particular month and say, okay, Go Global has done so many millions in dollars for this particular month. So let's see how many people within Go Global have achieved target 4. Oh, okay. For example, there are 1,500. Okay, so let's take the revenue, then let's allocate this percentage, the 2%, in terms of those 1,500 people that have achieved the target 4, and then you'll be earning $653, right? They will give you $653. But it does not end there, right? If you achieve target 4, that means you've also achieved 3, you've also achieved 2, you've also achieved 1. So they will say, Alina, you will get 653. This is an example, guys. We're just making an example. Plus 323, because if you are here, it means these you have achieved, plus $156 plus $60. So you will earn all these 4 amounts, right? If you get sales or you've got a weaker leg of 8,000. If you've got a weaker leg of 15,000, you will earn from target 5 to target 1 in that particular week. So you see where the money is, guys. That's where the money every week. Remember, you're still getting your 5% direct. You're still getting your daily profits in terms of sharing with the company, right? So now the company is saying every week we look at the work that you have done, take the weaker leg, and then we'll see which target you're sitting at. We take the revenue of the company, we share it with you as well. But whatever target you're sitting at, you will also get the previous target as well, because it means you have hit those targets. So it might happen this week you've hit target 4, and then maybe next week you have a bad week, right? And you're sitting in target 2. So you get 2 in 1. And then the other week, maybe your sales, the increase, you're sitting in target 8, you get 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you see how the money is. That's why the Go Global is saying it is possible to reach your dreams in terms of making real money, serious money with the company. So here they're showing the example of what we're talking about, where that is you, and then on the left you've made 11,000 in terms of sales, and then on the right the 8,000 in terms of sales, right? Once they have paid, the company has paid you in terms of that 8,000, which you have reached on the target. That means on that particular leg, you are now going down on zero. But remember, if you've got 11,000 on this side, then it means you still have 3,000. You don't lose your 3,000 points. It goes to the next week. So when you start the next week, you're starting with 3,000, and here you have a zero. You know you need to work on this particular leg. Whatever this particular leg gets, whether it becomes now a higher amount, let's say you make 20,000 of sales, and here you don't make any sales, it's 3,000. They will take the 3,000 and then look at the target and match you accordingly in terms of your money. Guys, this is making me very, very, very excited. Very, very excited. There's money in this business, and all we have to do is do what we always do, over tea, over wine, over on social media, just to talk about the products that we are using, like we talk about everything else. We talk about celebrities, this did what and so forth, bake the cheesecake and so forth, but we're not earning anything on those particular things that we talk about and we promote people and so forth, the celebrities that we love. Here we are working for ourselves, right? And guys, when we look at these targets, let's say I introduce into the business and you put in more efforts than me, you would be earning more than me. There's no such thing as push push once you are known. It's based on efforts. Based on efforts. It's how much effort you put in, then you achieve accordingly. Achieve accordingly. Right. So let's go to the rewards, right? I hope you guys are still following. If you're still with me, can I see yes on the comment section? I don't want to lose you, because here we're talking money, and I love money, right? I love money. So one, you earn by a daily percentage that you'll be getting in terms of the package that you bought. Two, 5% that you'll be getting when you choose to refer people. Three, we saw the more network where now you earn in terms of sales volume. And then four, now we're looking at the rewards. The company is saying we want to reward those that are putting more effort in terms of their business. Can you imagine? I've got businesses, but nobody comes and reward me in terms of my business. That, you know what, Namasina, we'll take you to a retreat, we'll give you a laptop, we'll give you a car, right? So here there is leverage. The company has built, in terms of